There is a man. His name is Daniel. And one day, he walked into the most important job interview of his life. He had prepared for weeks. He knew every answer. He practiced in front of the mirror. He even practiced in the shower. He was ready. He was so ready. And then, the interviewer asked the very first question. And Daniel forgot everything. Not some things. Everything. His mind went completely blank, like someone turned off the lights inside his brain. He sat there, smiling, nodding, saying absolutely nothing that made sense. He didn't get the job. But here's the thing. That story, that's not really about Daniel. That's about you. That's about me. That's about every single person who has ever had one important moment and felt their brain just disappear. And today, we're going to talk about why that happens. Why staying calm in those exact moments changes everything. Not just in English, not just in interviews, in life. My name is James, and I'm here with my friend Sara, and this is not a lesson. This is just two people talking honestly about something that is very, very real. So, let's go.
Can I ask you something weird?
Yeah, what happened?
Okay, so this morning, right? I was in a meeting, and my boss asked me a simple question. Like, super simple. And I froze.
Wait, froze how?
Like, I knew the answer. I 100% knew it, but my mouth just stopped working.
Oh no.
And everyone was looking at me. And the longer I waited, the worse it got. And I just kept thinking, say something, Sara. Say something.
And then what happened?
I said something completely wrong.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was bad. Like, I could feel my face getting hot.
I hate that feeling.
You know that feeling, right? That hot face thing?
Oh, I know it too well. That's like your body betraying you in public.
Exactly. My body was like, hey, let's make this worse.
Huh. Your body really said let me help.
The worst helper ever. So, that's why I wanted to talk today. Because why does that happen? Why do we freeze like that?
Honestly, I think about this a lot. Like a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's happened to me so many times, especially when I was learning English. Like, I knew the words. I studied. I practiced. But the moment someone real was in front of me, gone.
Gone?
Like completely gone. Like my brain just logged off.
Your brain left the chat.
Exactly. Like, bye. See you, never.
Huh, that's such a good way to say it. The brain just leaves the chat.
And the worst part is, you know it's happening. Like you're watching yourself freeze and you can't stop it.
Yes, that's the most frustrating part. You're like a person watching from outside your own body going, why? Why are you doing this?
And you try to fix it by thinking harder, and that makes it worse.
So much worse.
Because thinking harder it's like pressing the gas when your car is stuck in mud. You just go deeper.
Oh, that's a really good comparison. I like that.
Yeah, I thought about that at 3 in the morning once.
Huh. As you do.
As you do.
Okay, so why though? Like, actually, why does the brain do this? Do you know?
I have a theory. Want to hear it?
Obviously, yes.
Okay, so you know how when you're relaxed you can talk forever? Like with friends, family, someone comfortable. You just talk. You don't think about it.
Yeah, totally. Like right now. I'm not thinking about what I'm saying.
Right. Because you're calm. Your brain is just open. And words just come out naturally.
Yeah,
But the moment you feel pressure, even a little bit of pressure, something switches.
it's like a switch.
Kind of. Like your brain decides this is serious, this is dangerous. Let me be extra careful. And it starts checking everything. Every word, every sentence. Is this correct? Is this good enough? What will they think?
And then nothing comes out.
Because it's checking too hard. It's over checking.
So it's not that you don't know the words.
No. You know them. The words are there. They're just stuck behind the checking.
Oh, that actually makes me feel better about this morning.
Right. Like, it's not that you're stupid or bad at talking. It's just the checking went too high.
The checking went too high. I like that. That's such a clear way to put it.
I think about things too much. My brain is very loud.
Is it?
Very. Like, sometimes I'm in a conversation, and I'm also having a whole other conversation in my head at the same time about the conversation I'm having.
Oh, that sounds exhausting.
It really is. Like, there's the conversation happening, and then there's James going, "Okay, good response. Now think of the next one. No, wait, was that too short? Should you add something? Wait, they're talking again. Okay, listen. But also, what are you going to say?"
Stop. Huh. Okay, that's a lot.
It's a party in there, not a fun one.
Not a fun party.
No, more like a meeting that no one wanted.
Huh. Okay, so is there a way to turn that off?
That's the thing I've been trying to figure out for years.
And?
I think. I think you can't fully turn it off, but you can make it quieter.
Quieter. How?
Well, okay. Can I tell you something kind of embarrassing?
That's my favorite kind of story.
Huh. Okay, so when I was first really trying to get better at English conversations, I used to rehearse everything. Like everything. If I knew I had a meeting the next day, I would lie in bed the night before and just go through every possible thing someone might say to me. And what I would say back?
Really?
Every single scenario. Like a movie in my head. And I thought this was smart. Like I'm preparing. I'm being responsible.
Let me guess. It didn't help.
It made it so much worse.
Huh. Of course it did.
Because you can't prepare for a real conversation. It doesn't work like that. Real conversations don't follow the script you wrote at midnight.
They never do.
Never. And then when something happens that's not in your script, you just crash.
Your whole system crashes.
Complete system failure. Like a laptop with too many tabs open.
Oh my God, that's exactly what it feels like. Too many tabs.
And some of them are playing music.
Ha! Yes. And you don't know which one.
You're desperately clicking everything trying to find the sound.
That is my brain in a conversation sometimes.
Same, honestly.
Okay, so if preparing doesn't work, what does?
Okay, this is where it gets interesting. And I know it sounds too simple, but
Tell me.
the answer is being present. Like, actually, genuinely present.
That sounds like something on a motivational poster.
I know. It sounds like that, but hear me out.
Okay, I'm listening.
So most of the anxiety in a conversation, it's not about what's happening right now. It's about what might happen, what they might think, what you might say wrong, what could go wrong in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But right now, This exact moment, nothing bad is happening, right?
Right?
So if you can just stay in this second, not the next one, not the scary one that hasn't happened yet, just this second.
Hmm.
The pressure drops. A little. Not completely, but a little.
I want to believe that.
Have you ever had a conversation where you completely forgot to be nervous?
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
When?
Hmm. Okay, so there was this one time at work, there was this new person who started, and she seemed really lost. And I just started talking to her because I felt bad. Like, just, here's how this works. Here's where the coffee is. This person is nice. That one you avoid on Mondays.
Huh.
And I just talked for like half an hour. And after, my coworker came up to me and said, "Wow, you're so good at talking to new people." And I was like, "Wait, was I?" I didn't even notice.
Because you weren't thinking about you.
I was thinking about her.
Exactly. The focus went outside. And when the focus goes outside, the inside gets quiet.
Oh, that's, huh,
Yeah?
that's actually kind of a big thing.
I think so. Like most of our anxiety in conversation, it's very self-focused. How am I doing? What do I look like? What do they think of me?
Yeah,
But the moment you genuinely get curious about the other person, your brain stops watching you so hard.
it stops judging you.
Because it's busy. It's actually interested in something else.
So the trick is, get out of your own head by getting into someone else's world.
That's a better way of saying what I was trying to say.
Huh, you're welcome.
Seriously though, next time you feel nervous talking to someone, try being genuinely curious. Ask them something real. Not polite small talk. Something real.
Like what?
Like, what made them choose this job? What's the hardest part of their day? What do they do when they're stressed? Something that makes them actually think.
That does make conversations better.
And when the conversation is better, you relax. And when you relax, you actually talk better.
It's like a nice circle.
Instead of the bad circle.
The bad circle is like, I'm nervous, so I freeze, and then I feel bad about freezing, and then I get more nervous.
Oh, I know that circle very well.
We should name it the spiral of doom.
Huh. I've been on that spiral many times.
Same. Far too many times.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about this the other day. Like, we almost always think calm people are just naturally calm. Like they were born that way.
Right, like, oh, they're just confident.
Like it's a personality thing.
Exactly.
But most really calm people I know, they're not calm because they feel nothing. They're calm because they've practiced dealing with what they feel.
Oh, that's different.
Very different. Like they feel the nervousness too. They feel the pressure. But they've built something like a space between the feeling and the reaction.
A space?
Like, you feel nervous, and then there's a moment, just a tiny moment, where you choose what to do with that feeling. Most people skip that moment. They just react.
They go straight from feeling to reaction.
Yep. But the calm ones, they've learned to pause in that tiny space.
How do you build that space?
Honestly, I think the answer is super boring.
Tell me anyway.
Practice. And not even like big scary practice. Small stuff.
Small stuff like what?
Like, okay, you know when you're waiting in line at a coffee shop and you suddenly realize it's your turn and you kind of panic about what to order even though you know what you want?
Every time. Every single time.
That's a moment to practice.
Ordering coffee is practice?
That tiny moment of, oh no, it's my turn. What do I say? Instead of panicking, you just breathe. You slow down by half a second. You let the panic be there, but you don't run from it. You just order your coffee.
And that helps?
It's like gym for your calm. Every tiny moment you practice staying steady in a small situation, it builds something. So when the big moment comes, you have more to work with.
Okay, I actually really like that. Because usually people say practice like go do something huge and scary.
No, no. Start tiny.
Start tiny.
Like tiny wins. Every tiny moment you stay calm when you could have panicked, that's a win. That counts.
What about when the moment is big, though? Like my thing this morning. That was a real moment, not coffee shop tiny.
Yeah, okay. So those moments are different. And honestly, they're harder. I won't pretend they're not.
Thank you for not pretending.
I hate when people are like, just breathe. Like, thanks. Yes, very helpful.
Breathe. Brilliant advice. Never thought of that.
Huh, yeah. So for the big moments, I think the first thing is accepting that you're going to feel something. You're going to feel nervous or pressured or scared. That's okay. That's normal. It doesn't mean something is wrong with you.
It doesn't mean you're bad at this.
It means you're human. Like if you feel nothing before a big moment, either you don't care or something is wrong with your nervous system.
Huh. Which one are you?
Oh, I care too much about everything. Always have.
Yeah, me too. I care a lot and then I feel bad for caring a lot.
Oh, that's a fun extra layer.
Right? Like, I panic and then I'm like, why are you panicking? It's fine. And then I panic more because I'm panicking.
Panic about the panic.
The meta panic.
Huh, you've evolved.
Thank you. I'm very advanced at being anxious.
Huh, okay, so accepting the feeling. That's step one. You feel nervous? Cool. You're human. Moving on.
Just acknowledge it and move on.
Kind of. Like, you don't have to fight it. When you fight it, it gets louder. You know when you try to not think about something, and then you think about it even more?
The pink elephant thing.
The what?
Like, don't think about a pink elephant. And now all you can think about is a pink elephant.
Oh, yes, exactly. Yes.
So you just let the pink elephant be there.
Yep. Hey, pink elephant. I see you. You're a bit much, but okay.
Huh, I love that. Just acknowledge the elephant. And keep moving. And keep moving.
The elephant usually gets bored when you stop fighting it.
That's actually kind of profound.
Don't tell anyone. I have a reputation for being simple.
Huh. Your secret is safe with me.
Okay, but here's another thing I want to say. Because I feel like this is really important and no one really talks about it.
Okay, I'm listening.
A lot of anxiety. In conversations, in English, in life, comes from caring too much about the outcome.
What do you mean?
Like, if you go into a conversation thinking, this has to go perfectly. This one interaction will define everything. This moment is make or break.
You've already lost.
Before you even started.
Because the stakes are so high in your own head.
Yeah, and the actual stakes, often not that high. Like, your boss asked you a question this morning. What actually happened because you froze?
I mean, I was embarrassed.
And?
And I don't know. People moved on pretty fast, actually.
Were you fired?
No,
Did your boss never speak to you again?
no, she literally asked me something else 10 minutes later.
So, the thing that felt like the end of the world
Was a blip.
was a blip for everyone except you.
Because I kept living it in my head.
We always do. We replay the bad moment. We live it like 10 more times. But everyone else moved on immediately.
That's kind of both comforting and embarrassing.
Very both.
Like, I've been carrying this all day, and my boss had forgotten by lunch.
Almost always true.
That's so freeing, actually.
And also kind of humbling?
Huh, yeah. Like, not everything revolves around me.
The universe does not pause to evaluate your performance in a meeting.
You would think it would at least send a text.
At minimum.
Hey, just checking in. That moment was awkward.
Huh. So, I think lowering the stakes in your own head. That's a big part of staying calm.
Like intentionally reminding yourself, this is probably not as big as it feels.
Yeah. Ask yourself, will this matter in a week? A month?
Most things won't.
Most things won't. And the things that do matter, well, you want to be clear-headed for those. Which is another reason to stay calm. Like, panicking never actually helps with the outcome, does it?
No. I've never panicked my way to a better result.
Same. Panic just makes you perform worse. You already know the words. You already have the ideas. Panic just blocks the door.
Panic is the bouncer that won't let your good ideas out.
Huh. Yes, exactly. The most unhelpful bouncer.
VIP list only, and somehow you're never on it.
Huh. I'm never on the list. My good ideas are standing outside in the cold.
While panic is inside having a great time,
Panic is in there, dancing, having the best night.
while your vocabulary freezes outside.
Huh. Okay, that got away from us. As it does. As it does.
Okay, but wait. I want to go back to something you said about building the space between feeling and reacting. Because I really liked that idea, but I feel like I don't fully understand it yet.
Yeah?
Like, how do you actually do that in a real moment? When your brain is full of panic bouncer and tabs playing music?
Huh. Okay.
How do you find that space?
Honestly, for me, it starts with something physical.
Physical?
Like, your body and your brain are very connected. More than we think. And when you're anxious, your body is in alarm mode. Shoulders up, breathing short, jaw tight, muscles ready to run.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
So, if you can change something physical, even one small thing, your brain starts to follow.
Like the breathing thing? The breathe in, breathe out?
Kind of, but not in a stop panicking and breathe way. More like you sneak a slow exhale in there. Like you're not even making a big deal of it. Just a slow out breath.
Just one?
Just one. And it sounds too small, but it does something. It tells your nervous system, hey, we're okay. If we were actually in danger, we wouldn't be doing this.
Your body believes it?
Your body is easier to convince than your brain. Your brain will argue with you. Your body just responds.
That's interesting. I never thought about convincing my body instead of my brain.
Your brain is stubborn. It loves a good spiral. But your body just does what you tell it.
So slow exhale. What else?
I also do this thing where I just notice something in the room. Like something simple. The color of the table. The sound outside the window. Something real and present.
Like grounding yourself?
Yeah, exactly. Because anxiety is almost always in the future. What might happen? What could go wrong? But if you can pull your attention to something right now, physical, present, real, the future panic loses some of its grip.
And that works for you?
It doesn't make everything perfect, but it turns the volume down enough to function.
Enough to function. I think that's all we really need.
Yeah, like I don't need to be perfect. I just need to be functional.
Functional is enough.
Functional is actually great. Functional is showing up and doing the thing even when it's hard.
I think I've been waiting to feel calm before I do hard things.
What do you mean?
Like, I'll speak up when I feel confident. I'll try when I feel ready. I'll practice English more when I'm less scared.
Waiting for the fear to go away first.
Yeah. And it just never goes away. So I never do the thing.
That's such a common pattern. So common.
Is it?
So many people are waiting to feel brave before they do the brave thing. But it doesn't work that way.
How does it work?
You do the thing while scared, and the doing of it, that's what makes you braver. Not the feeling, the action.
So you feel scared. And you do it anyway.
You feel scared, and you do it badly, awkwardly, imperfectly. And then you did it. And your brain registers that. You survived.
And the next time is a little less scary.
A little less. Sometimes only a tiny bit less, but a little less.
I think I've been waiting my whole life to feel ready.
Yeah, me too for a long time.
And?
And I started doing things unready, and it was messy and uncomfortable. And I learned more from those messy moments than from any of the moments I felt prepared for.
Because you had to figure it out in real time.
In real time, with no script, and your brain just does something when you let it.
When you get out of its way.
Yeah. When you stop over-managing it.
Trust your brain more.
Trust that you know more than you think you know.
I feel like that's really relevant to English specifically. Like so many people I know, they know English. Like genuinely they have the vocabulary, they understand it when they hear it, they can write it. But speaking...
That's where it falls apart.
Because speaking is real time. It's live. There's no edit button.
And that's terrifying for people.
Because what if you make a mistake?
What if you make a mistake?
I mean, someone judges you?
Do they, though?
Probably not as much as I think.
Almost never as much as you think. And, honestly, a small mistake in English? From someone who is trying to speak a second language? Most people are impressed you're even doing it.
You think?
I think. Like, I've met so many native English speakers who tried to learn another language and gave up. And then they meet someone who speaks English as a second language and they're like, this is impressive.
But it doesn't feel impressive from the inside.
Never does. From the inside, it just feels like, why can't I do this better? Why can't I be fluent right now?
The gap between where you are and where you want to be feels huge.
Always does. But from the outside, you're already doing something impressive.
I need to remember that more.
We all do. It's really easy to only see your own gap and not see how far you've already come.
How far have you come with English?
Okay, I'll tell you something. When I first started really pushing myself with English conversations, I remember this one time I was trying to order food. Just food. Simple. And I couldn't remember the word for. It was a really simple word. And I just started pointing.
Pointing?
Full-on pointing at things. Like a toddler. The person behind the counter was very patient with me. and I could feel myself getting so red. I was so embarrassed. I just kept thinking everyone in this place thinks I'm an idiot.
And now you're hosting a podcast.
Huh. And now I'm hosting a podcast. So,
That's actually a really nice arc.
from pointing at food to this.
Whatever this is.
Whatever this is, huh?
But that's the point, right? You kept going even though it was embarrassing.
I kept going, even though I wanted to never speak English again, every single day, for about a year.
A whole year?
Maybe more. Like, there were many days where I thought, this is too hard. I'm going to stick to silence. Silence is safe.
Silence is safe. That's real, though. A lot of people choose silence because it's safe.
Silence can't be wrong. Silence can't be judged.
But silence also can't connect.
Right. Silence is safe and also lonely.
Yeah.
And that loneliness, that feeling of watching everyone else talk and connect and you're just outside of it, that eventually hurts more than the embarrassment would have.
So you pushed through it.
Very slowly, very imperfectly. And here we are. And here we are.
I think that's what I want people to hear today. Like, if you're listening and you relate to any of this, if you've frozen in a conversation, if you've felt that hot face feeling, if you've gone blank on a word you know perfectly well,
You're not broken.
you're so not broken.
Your brain is doing a very human thing in a very normal way.
And the answer isn't to prepare more, or to be smarter, or to study harder.
The answer is to practice being calm while being in it,
Being in the mess, being in the imperfect moment,
and letting yourself be a little bad at it sometimes.
being a little bad at it is allowed.
Very allowed.
Actually required, maybe.
Huh. Yeah. You have to be bad before you can be good.
That's just how it works.
That's just the actual process that no one likes to talk about.
Because it's uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable, but also very normal.
Can I tell you something I've never really said out loud?
Yeah, of course.
When I started trying to speak more English in real conversations, I used to record myself, like just talking, and then I'd listen back.
Oh, that sounds brave.
It was horrifying.
Huh.
Like, I thought I sounded one way, and then I'd listen and I was like, who is this person? This is not how I sound in my head.
The gap between head voice and real voice is always alarming.
So alarming. And I'd hear all my mistakes, and my weird pauses, and the places where I said like 17 times in a row.
Huh.
And I almost stopped. Like I almost just never did it again.
But you didn't.
But I didn't. And the reason I didn't is, I also started noticing the parts where I said something okay, like a good sentence, or a clear explanation, and I started focusing on those instead.
Looking for the wins.
Looking for the tiny wins, and there were some, even in the bad recordings.
And that changed something.
It changed a lot, because instead of the recording being evidence of how bad I am, it became proof that I could do some things, and that the other things could get better.
That's a really big shift. From evidence of failure to evidence of progress.
Yeah, and I think that's the calm thing too. Like, staying calm in a hard moment isn't about being unaffected. It's about not letting the hard moment become the whole story.
Yes, that's exactly it.
The hard moment is one moment, not the verdict on everything.
Not the verdict, just data.
Oh, I like that. Just data.
Like you froze this morning. Okay, that's data. What does it tell you? Maybe you were tired. Maybe the question was unexpected. Maybe the stakes felt too high.
Not that I'm bad at talking.
Not that at all.
Just data. I'm going to use that.
It takes practice to see it that way, though. When you're in the moment, it still feels like verdict.
Oh, completely.
You have to kind of save the reframe for after. In the moment, just survive. After the moment, look at it like data.
In the moment, just survive. That's actually so validating.
I used to put so much pressure on myself to be calm in the moment, and then I'd panic about not being calm enough, which is such a beautiful trap.
The most ironic trap.
It really is. Like the goal is to be calm, and the trying to be calm makes you less calm.
So sometimes the answer is just get through it.
Get through it. And then reflect after. And then be a little more ready next time.
Don't try to fix everything in the middle of the moment.
The middle of the moment is the worst time to fix anything.
Huh. Yeah, that's not the moment for deep reflection.
That's survival mode. You're just trying to function. And functioning in a hard moment is actually great.
Functioning is enough.
Functioning is more than enough.
I feel like this is something I really needed to hear today.
Yeah?
Like, after this morning, I was kind of spiraling a bit, like being hard on myself. And now I just feel like, okay, it was a thing that happened. I survived it. I'm still here.
You're still here.
My job is still here. My brain is slowly returning.
Huh. Welcome back, brain.
Huh. She took a little trip, but she's home.
The brain went on vacation. Unannounced.
Very rude. No warning at all.
Look. These moments happen. They happen to everyone, and I think the people who seem the calmest in public, they've just had more moments like this morning, and they've survived enough of them to know that they'll survive this one too.
It's like a bank of survived moments.
Yes. And every time you get through a hard moment, you add to the bank, and the bank builds trust. Like, okay, last time was hard and I survived, so this time, probably going to survive too.
Your brain starts to have evidence.
Actual evidence. Not just someone telling you it'll be okay, but your own lived proof that you got through things before.
That's so much more powerful than reassurance.
Way more powerful. Because reassurance is from outside. Evidence is from you.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah?
What about when you genuinely can't think of a word? Like in English specifically. You know the concept, but the word is just not there.
Oh, this happens to me constantly.
What do you do?
Okay, so, first thing, accept it's going to happen. Because it will. Even native speakers blank on words. Like fully fluent people will be talking and just, the word goes.
I've seen that happen.
Right. So it's not a you problem. It's a brain problem. Brains are weird.
Brains are so weird.
So, step 1. Don't make it a catastrophe. The word is gone. Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
Step 2. Describe it. If you don't have the exact word, use other words. Like, if you can't think of the word umbrella, say the thing you use when it rains to stay dry.
That works?
People understand almost every time. And honestly, sometimes describing something is clearer than the word.
And it buys you time.
And it buys you time. And while you're describing it, sometimes the word comes back.
Oh yeah, that happens.
Right? Like you stop chasing it and it just walks back.
Like a cat.
Huh. Exactly like a cat. Totally ignores you when you want it. Shows up the moment you stopped caring.
My vocabulary is a cat.
Mine too.
Okay, so describe it. What else?
Ask. Just ask. Like if you're talking to someone and you forget the word, it's okay to say, "What's the word for that thing?" Or, How do you say this in English?
Is it weird to ask?
I used to think it was. Like I thought asking meant admitting I don't know enough.
Yeah, same.
But honestly, when someone asks me a question like that, I think it's great. It shows they're engaged. They're trying. They want to say the right thing.
It's not weakness.
It's actually kind of brave. Like owning the gap instead of pretending it's not there.
And it opens a conversation. Like the other person can actually help.
Yeah. And then you remember the word, and now you both shared something that's actually connecting.
A mistake that becomes a connection. I love that.
Mistakes in conversation are so often the best parts. Like the funniest stories, the most human moments. They come from things going wrong.
Oh, that's true. No one tells a story about when everything went perfectly.
Stories are always about the disaster.
Huh, right. No one wants to hear about the time I gave a presentation and it went completely smoothly.
Snore.
But tell them about the time I froze and said something wrong in front of my whole team.
Now they're listening.
They're leaning in.
Because it's real and it's relatable. Everyone has that story.
So our worst moments are also the most human moments.
I believe that completely.
Okay, can we talk about something specific? Because I feel like there are people listening right now who use English for work, and there's this specific fear around, like, professional English, like being judged more harshly,
Oh, yeah. That's a real and separate thing.
right? Because if I make a mistake with a friend, it's fine. But in a work email, or in a meeting with people above me, the stakes feel different.
They do feel different. And some of that is real. Like there are situations where being clear and professional matters more.
But not as much as we think?
I think the most important thing in professional English is clarity, not perfection.
Clarity over perfection.
Like, if your message is clear, if someone understands what you mean, that's more valuable than perfect grammar.
Because the point of language is communication.
Is it not?
You'd think. But I've read some professional emails that were grammatically perfect and completely confusing.
Huh. Yes. Like beautifully correct and absolutely meaningless.
What are you even saying? It's very properly said. But what?
So, clarity. That's what we're going for. Not flawless sentences. Clear ones.
I think sometimes simple is actually more professional.
I think so too. Like short sentences. Clear point. Here's what I need. Here's why. Here's what happens next. Done.
No need to use big words you're not sure about.
That's a trap too. Using big words you're uncertain about because you think it sounds more educated.
Oh, I've done that.
And sometimes it doesn't quite work and the sentence is almost right.
Almost right, but slightly wrong in a way that's confusing.
Exactly. So just say it simply, clearly, and trust that clear is good.
Trust that simple is good.
Simple is actually very hard to do well.
Yeah?
The best communicators I know, they take complicated things and make them simple. That's the skill. Anyone can add complicated words. Making it simple is the real work.
That's actually making me rethink a lot of things I write at work.
Am I saying too much?
No. Keep going.
Okay, because I think there's this idea that using complex vocabulary proves your intelligence, but actually, if someone reads what you wrote and doesn't understand it, the communication failed.
Communication that doesn't communicate is just noise.
Pretty noise sometimes, but noise.
Pretty noise. I like that.
And I think when you're writing or speaking in a second language, simple is your best friend. Not because you're limited, but because simple works.
Simple works always.
Always. In any language.
Okay, I want to shift slightly. Because we've been talking a lot about English conversations. But this whole calm thing, it applies to everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I believe.
Like, the skills we're talking about, the pause, the present moment, accepting the feeling, trusting yourself. That's not just for English.
No. Those are life skills wearing an English costume.
Huh, I like that.
Like, if you learn to stay calm when you blank on an English word, you've learned to stay calm when you blank in any situation.
Because it's the same skill.
Same brain, same nervous system, same thing.
So learning to do this with English is actually,
Practicing something much bigger,
that's kind of a beautiful idea.
right? Like the struggle with language. It's a gift in disguise.
Because you have to face yourself in a really direct way.
You can't hide behind anything. Your brain, your words, your ability to communicate. It's all right there. In the open. Being tested.
And if you can stay calm in that exposure,
You can stay calm in most things.
I feel like this is something people don't think about when they're trying to learn English. It's not just vocabulary and grammar.
No. It's also learning something about how you handle difficulty. How you handle vulnerability.
Because speaking in a language you're learning is vulnerable.
Very. You're putting something out there that might be wrong. And people might judge it.
And you do it anyway.
You do it anyway. And that's brave. Whether you feel brave or not.
Whether you feel it or not.
The feeling isn't what makes it brave. The doing is what makes it brave.
I think I've had it backwards my whole life.
Most of us do,
Wait for the feeling, and then do the thing.
but the feeling comes after the doing. Usually,
So just do first. Feel later.
that's a very simple summary of a complicated truth.
I'm good at that.
Huh.
Okay, I want to ask you something that I think a lot of people wonder but might feel too embarrassed to ask.
Okay.
Is it possible that some people are just naturally calm? Like, is this skill something everyone can learn? Or are some people just wired different?
That's a real question.
Because sometimes I look at certain people and I think, you don't stress about things. It's just your nature.
Yeah, and I think there is some truth to that. Like, some people do have a nervous system that's naturally less reactive. That's real. Biology is real.
So some people have an easier time?
Some people have a head start. Yeah. And that's not fair, but it's true. But, and this is important, having a head start doesn't mean the rest of us can't get there. It just means we have to build what they got for free.
We have to build it instead of inherit it.
And sometimes, the people who have to build it understand it better. Because they know every piece,
Because they chose each piece consciously.
whereas the naturally calm person might be calm, but have no idea why or how. So when they do get into a situation that breaks their calm, they don't know how to fix it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like, someone who built their calm from the ground up knows the tools. Someone who was just born into it might not.
So we actually have an advantage in the long run.
In some ways, yeah. I genuinely believe that.
That makes me feel better about not being naturally chill.
You know what? Same honestly. Like I was a very anxious kid. Very anxious teenager. And it felt like a curse.
But it made you figure it out.
I had to. There was no other option. I couldn't just coast on natural calm. So I had to understand it. I had to find the tools.
And now you have them.
And now I have them. Imperfectly. Some days better than others. But I have something I built.
That no one can take away.
That no one can take away. Yeah.
That's kind of... Yeah, that's beautiful.
I'm full of surprises.
Huh. Apparently...
Mostly I just talk a lot, but occasionally something lands.
Today has been all landing, I feel like.
Yeah? Okay, good.
Like I came into this conversation kind of dragging myself a bit after this morning, and now I feel genuinely lighter.
I'm glad.
Is that what conversations do? When they're real ones?
I think so. Real conversation is. I don't know. It's one of the most powerful things. Like you take two people. They talk honestly. They actually hear each other. And somehow, both of them leave feeling less alone and more able to deal with things.
That's kind of magic.
Yeah.
No wonder we're scared to do it badly.
Huh. Exactly. We protect it because it matters.
We're scared because it means something.
Exactly. The things that scare us the most usually matter the most.
That's a thing I'm going to think about for a while.
Sorry.
Huh. No, in a good way.
Okay, good.
Okay. I want to do something. Can we just, practically, for anyone listening, what would you say is the one thing they should try? If they want to get better at staying calm in English conversations, or just conversations in general.
Just one thing?
Just one.
Okay. I think. Talk to one person today who makes you slightly uncomfortable. Not terrifying. Just slightly uncomfortable. Like maybe your English is less confident with them. Or maybe they're someone you usually go quiet around and just say one real thing.
One real thing.
Not a perfect thing. Not a rehearsed thing. Something real. Something that's actually on your mind.
And see what happens.
And see what happens. Because usually what happens is that it goes okay. Or better than okay. And your brain registers that. And the next time is slightly less scary.
Tiny win.
Tiny win. Bank it.
I like that. What about yours? What's yours?
What's my one thing?
For you personally. Your actual go-to.
Honestly, slow exhale before I speak. Just one. I don't make it obvious. It's like half a second. But I just let the air out slowly, and my body follows. And then I talk.
One slow exhale.
Every time. Before important things.
That's so small.
It's so small. And it works more than it should.
I'm going to try that this afternoon.
Yeah?
Yeah. I have another meeting. And I'm going to try the exhale thing.
Let me know how it goes.
I'll report back.
Huh. Data collection.
Data collection. See, I'm learning your language now.
Huh. Mistakes become data. Panic becomes information. Brain leaves the chat.
We made a whole vocabulary today.
Podcast vocabulary.
Huh. The most niche vocabulary.
Hey, if it helps someone communicate better, I'll take it.
You will absolutely take it.
Absolutely.
Okay. I feel like we should wrap up, but I also don't want to stop talking.
Same, actually.
Real conversations do that.
They always end too soon.
Okay, last thing. What do you want to leave people with? If someone is listening and they're struggling, with English, with speaking up, with freezing in moments that matter, what do you want them to hear?
I want them to hear that the struggling is normal. Like, completely, totally, universally normal. You are not the only one who freezes. You are not the only one whose brain leaves the chat. You are not the only one who goes home and replays the moment 17 times wishing you'd said something different.
Everyone does that.
Everyone. And the fact that you're struggling means you're trying something hard. And trying something hard is how things get better. Not thinking about trying, not planning to try, the actual trying. Even the bad versions of trying.
Even the pointing at things like a toddler.
Even that. Especially that.
Huh.
And the calm you want. It's not on the other side of all the scary moments. It's built inside them. One small moment at a time.
That's really good.
And you're not bad at English. Or talking. Or communicating.
You're just nervous.
You're just nervous. And nervous means you care. And caring is the beginning of getting better.
That's lovely.
Also, be kind to yourself. Genuinely. Like if you talk to your best friend, the way you talk to yourself about your mistakes.
They wouldn't be your best friend for long.
Exactly. So try talking to yourself like someone you actually like.
Talk to yourself like a friend.
Yeah. Even when you freeze. Even when you blank. Even when you say the completely wrong thing at the worst possible time.
Even then.
Even then, you're trying. And that's not nothing. That's actually everything.
Okay, I'm going to tear up a little. Sorry.
Huh. It's fine.
I just feel like we needed to say this stuff out loud.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, it needed to be said in a real conversation, not in a textbook, not in a lesson, in actual this.
Yeah,
And I'm really glad we did.
me too.
Okay, so you're not bad at English.
Yeah, I just need practice.
Exactly.
And that's fine.
That's completely fine.
More than fine.
All right, that's us for today. Thank you for being here with us. Honestly, if you listen to this whole thing, that means something. That means you care about getting better, about connecting, about being brave enough to try.
And that's already a big deal.
It really is.
We'll talk again soon.
Talk soon. Take care of yourselves out there.
And maybe try that slow exhale.
Ha, yes. Try the exhale.
It's free.
It's totally free.
Can't hurt.
Probably won't.
Probably.
Huh. Okay. Goodbye for now.
Bye, everyone. You know what's funny about staying calm? The people who are really good at it, they don't look like they're doing anything. They're just standing there, breathing, present, while everyone else is spinning. And you watch them and think, they must not feel the pressure. They must not get nervous. They must be different. But they're not different. They just decided, at some point, that the feeling wasn't in charge, that the nervousness could come along for the ride, but it wasn't driving. And that decision, that tiny, quiet, invisible decision, that's everything. You can make it too. Not today, maybe. Not perfectly. Not all at once. But one small moment. One conversation. One slow exhale. And then another. And slowly, without you even fully noticing, something builds. And one day, someone looks at you across a room in the middle of something hard. And they think, how are they so calm? And the answer will be, one moment at a time, for a long time, while nervous the whole way. That's it. That's the whole secret. Go be a little brave today, even if your brain tries to leave the chat, especially then.